Hello, everyone. My name is Walt Marchowsky from 2020 Real Estate. I want to thank you for joining us today. Today, we have the privilege of Isaiah Rodgers from the Philadelphia Eagles. Welcome, Isaiah.
Hey, welcome. How you doing?
Good, good. How you been?
I've been pretty good.
Joining the Eagles, what was your experience been like joining the Philadelphia Eagles, and how have you adjusted to the team's culture and playing style?
It's been all a blessing at the end of the day. You know, it's a big transition coming from Indiana and also coming from Tampa, Florida, been off the last year. Just trying to find my way here and just trying to, make this home.
Nice, nice. Playing cornerback and kick returner, you have a unique role as both a cornerback and a kick returner. How do you balance the demands of both positions, and what do you enjoy most about each role?
I think, first of all, with kickoff return, I think it's a moment for me to finally have the ball in my hands and, make a exciting play, because most of the time that either starts the first half or the second half of the game, or it's after another team scores. So I think that's my moment to try to make a spark in the game. When it comes to defense, you're going against the best athletes in the world, being a wide receiver. So I think just trying to lock those guys down and going against great opposing quarterbacks and just trying to make plays.
Nice, nice. And then for your defensive mindset as a cornerback, you face some of the most talented wide receivers in the league. What's your approach in preparing for different matchups every week?
It all depends who that guy is, whether it's a speed guy or whether it's like a big guy who like use his strength to his advantages. So I think I just got to lock in on my film throughout those weeks to try to, figure out their weaknesses and use my strength towards those moments.
Nice, nice. In your career, college and professional, do you have a particular game in your career that stands out as a defining moment for you?
I think college, it was Mississippi State. They were ranked 16th in the nation my sophomore year. Okay. And it was a game that, everyone in the world believed that we were going to lose. We was in a dogfight with one of the top teams in the nation. And I had 2 interceptions that game.
Nice.
1 for a touchdown. And I think that was my moment where, a lot of NFL teams started reaching out.
Nice. That's exciting. Learning from veterans, who are some of your veteran players or coaches that have mentored you? And what have you learned from that's been crucial in your development?
Since I've been the lead, I was taken under the wings by Xavier Rose, great corner. Mm-hmm. Then the next year after that, I was followed up by Stephon Gilmore, another great corner. Nice. So I think just having those guys in my ear and helping me, try to get to the level that they've been on, been in the league for 10+ years apiece, and just really understanding, how they mastered the game and, how they approach the game on and off the field. So I think just having those, knowledgeable people in my corner definitely helped me get to where I am now.
That's awesome. Keys to success on special teams. Special teams play a crucial role in the outcome of a game. What do you think is the most important factor in executing a successful kick return?
I would say it starts with me. At the end of the day, it's all about the ball. So I think ball security is the main thing. I'm the only one on the field at the time that has the ball in my hand. And no matter whether you get to 10-yard line, the 40-yard line, regardless, you want to, end that play with the ball in your hands, even if it's in the end zone. So I think the main thing for me that I definitely factor into the game a lot is ball security.
Nice. And then the thrill of the return. It's got to be so exciting to have a ball coming at you and seeing everybody coming at you. When you do that, what goes through your mind? And when you come back out there watching to catch the ball, how do you decide when to take it out or put a knee?
It's kind of a feel of it. Like for me, it's all about hang time. Well, it's the new kickoff return rules now, so the hang time doesn't matter. But back then, I always used to count to 4 in my head, and if the ball was too high and I felt like I was too deep in the end zone, I know to take a knee. But if it was shorter than 4 and the ball received, before the end zone, I'm definitely bringing it out. So I think it's all about, studying the film and things like that. But with the new kickoff rule now, hang time doesn't matter. So it's all about just knowing, where your greatest blockers are on that team and, where the ball placement is outside the numbers, inside the numbers. So it's a lot of factors that come into it.
Nice. Standout moments. You've had some electrifying returns in your career. Is there one that you consider your favorite and most memorable?
I'll say 101-yard return against Cleveland.
Wow.
I think that was probably one of my greatest moments in my career because, it was COVID year at the time and it wasn't a lot of fans in the stands, but it was a moment where I scored and didn't realize it was really a touchdown because the crowd wasn't into it. Plus, it was an away game for me, so it was definitely a moment for me because Phillip Rivers threw an interception before that, and something just told me to go tell him I got him. And I never really talked to Phillip before that. And that was my moment where I told him I got him, and I ended up taking it back for a touchdown.
That's unbelievable. Preparation and strategy. How do you prepare for different kicking teams, and what kind of strategies do you and your special teams coaches discuss before a game?
I think it really comes down to just trying to figure out which guy on their kickoff team is probably like their weakest link, and also try to figure out where my greatest blockers are on my team. So I try to basically find the weakest on their parts, and then try to make the return set up to either go at that person or try to avoid their greatest strength on special teams, because every special teams has like their go-to player who they're trying to get down there to defeat blocks and things like that. So I try to find their weakest link and definitely try to attack it.
Nice. Looking ahead, what are your personal goals for the season with the Eagles, both cornerback and as a returner?
I never really set number goals. I think the main goal for me now is just to make the team for one, and just have a healthy season. I think the main thing for me is just getting back out there, having fun, running out the tunnel is the main thing that I've been focusing on. So really just enjoying the moment right now.
All right. Team aspirations. The Eagles are known for a strong team dynamic. What do you think this team needs to do to make a deep playoff run this year?
I really just take it day by day. It's not about what people think we are on paper. At the end of the day, we have to play every Sunday or whatever day we play on. And I think it's not about looking forward to a week 8 or week 10 when we play certain teams. I think it's all about, whoever you play that week and focusing on day by day.
Nice. And then building chemistry. How important is it building chemistry with your teammates, especially in the secondary? And what do you do to foster those relationships on and off the field?
It's definitely important. I think, especially with my room, secondary room, we build that brotherhood on and off the field. So when you get out there on the field, you got a brother behind you who trusts you and you trust them. So when they give you a call, you trust them enough to even make that call. So just really just going out there and trusting, the guys right next to you and willing to make those plays for not only yourself but for your players.
Nice. Advice for younger players, younger kids. What advice do you give them to aspire to play in the NFL, and particularly those who want to excel in multiple roles like you?
I'll just say, just believe in yourself. For one, I was a guy who coach told me I was too small, things like that. I was probably one of the smallest corners starting at a D1 school at 130 pounds. So it's never really about what anybody says about you. I think it's all about, whatever you believe in, and it's not about, so on the outside, it's all about your heart.
A lot of heart and drive.
Definitely.
Well, that's what Philly likes. Philly likes a lot of heart and drive.
Oh, yeah.
Impact off the field. Off the field, how do you like to give back to the community, and what causes are you passionate about?
I really just like to do the things that, when I was a kid, I wanted to experience. So I just say, when I go back home, I like to interact with the kids. I go to Little League games. I just give those kids hope. I just give those kids, the drive and the confidence to say, if Isaiah could do it, I can do it. It's not about being the biggest and strongest guy out there or the fastest. So I think it's just going back home and just going to Little League games and little high school games, can give those kids a lot of confidence.
Nice. And I noticed we had an event a few weeks ago that you came out and did autograph signing for, and I saw the impact of the city and people coming out. And we also had a dog shelter there, and they were doing donations, and you being there was a big presence for everybody. So that was great. Yep. Evolution of the game. As the NFL continues to evolve, particularly with the emphasis on speed and versatility, how do you see your role as a cornerback and a returner evolving?
I definitely see it evolving a lot, especially with kick return. I think using my speed is definitely going to give me a boost. It makes me separate myself from a lot of different players. When it comes to defense, using my speed, if receivers make a certain movement, if I feel like I didn't make the right step or things like that, that's when my speed can come into factor. It's a good thing to see the game involving, like, you got linebackers now running 4.4s and 4.3s. So I think that's what makes the game, more exciting. Just a lot of sight, more plays, a lot of fast guys out there making plays. So
that's awesome. Matchups to look forward to. Are there any particular matchups you're looking forward to this season, whether it's going up against a specific receiver or a return specialist?
I think with me, it's all about my preparation. So I think going against the two best receivers in the league in practice alone, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. So I think those are the days I look forward to. So I know the more I can perfect my game against those guys, it'll make my Sundays a lot easier.
No, that's great. Thoughts on Eagles defense? The Eagles defense has built a reputation for having a strong defense. What do you think makes this unit special, and how do you continue to do that?
I think it's our connection. This is one room that I'm a part of now where we got a lot of guys who got a lot of capabilities of making a lot of plays, and we build our brotherhood not only in our room, but we spread it throughout the entire team and throughout the defense. So I'm real comfortable with the guys on the D line, linebackers. Me and Devin White talk a lot. Me and Nolan Smith talk a lot. We spend time a lot on and off the field. So I think just building that brotherhood on and off the field is definitely going to bring us together.
That's great. Game day rituals. Do you have any pre-game rituals or routines that help you get in the zone before getting on the field?
It's not really, I don't have a playlist or anything that I go to, but every game I always pray at the 40-yard line. That's just something that I always factor my whole entire game. Like if I don't do that, I feel like I'm not going to play a good game.
Wow.
But that's just something that I always have to do.
That's nice. That's nice. Legacy and goals. When you think about your legacy in the NFL, what do you hope to be remembered for, both as a player and as a teammate?
I just want to be the guy that, they can look back and say, this guy really definitely have a great story. I want to be the guy they look back and say, he overcame adversity, and he never let his head down, so he just kept going. So I just want to be that guy and just leave that legacy for me.
Okay. And then just a few other questions. Have you and your family explored the Philadelphia area yet? I know you recently moved up this area, and I helped you find a place and get the lease signed and all that. Have you guys had a chance to explore the area?
Since I've been here, no, I've been locked in training camp and just working. So I really just work and go back home and really just been doing that. So I definitely think more throughout the season when I got more free time. I think that'd be one of the little things on my bucket list.
That'd be great. What do you do in your downtime?
Probably gaming. I just get on the game and play against other teammates. So really just having fun with that.
Nice. And have you had any cheesesteaks yet?
No, I don't even eat cheesesteaks. So
No?
I can't. I don't eat
So that's
those.
what Philly's known for. So you definitely have to try it at least once.
I think that's something I want to know where the best ones are. So for my family when they come up.
Okay. All right. Isaiah, when you were up here looking for places to live, 2020 Real Estate and myself personally was able to help you find a place to stay for you and your family. Yep. How was your experience with that?
It was smooth. I recommend, you Walt in 2020 Real Estate. I think it was probably one of the smoothest processes I've ever been through. It probably took a couple of days or whatever. Got into the house. I think we signed that lease, and next thing I was off to a softball game. So I definitely say I appreciate you. I appreciate your team, everything you guys done for me and my family. So definitely appreciate it.
All right, Isaiah, thanks for coming in. I wish you great success with the Philadelphia Eagles and a great season. Everyone, thanks for tuning in, and let's watch the Eagles. Go Eagles.